Here is a big, fat Jersey-style question for you. Is it insensitive to quote the movie The Godfather in front of an Italian person? Or is the possible next governor of New Jersey just a temperamental, overly sensitive hothead? And what do those two questions have to do with each other? Well, that's what we're going to explore in today's Ledger Live. Here's how it came up. Let me set the scene here. Last week, the Republican candidate for governor, Christie, was down testifying before a congressional committee about controversial monitoring contracts that he doled out when he was U.S. attorney here in Newark. He's being accused of giving those contracts to people that he had political ties to, people like former Attorney General John Ashcroft, his former boss. At one point, Democratic Congressman Steve Cohen says that it looked like the companies who agreed to hire these monitors to oversee them had no choice in the matter. And if they didn't, Christie could have prosecuted them and they could have faced criminal charges. And he uses a famous line from The Godfather to make his point.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
Here's Congressman Cohen doing his Brando impersonation and Christie's response.
The line is, you made him an offer they couldn't refuse.
I don't agree with that,
That's what happened, sir, I believe.
No,
sir, I don't.
That's you were not. Excuse me, sir. You were not in the room. Let me answer the question. You were not in the room.
I've got the microphone,
sir. You've said that I gave them an offer you couldn't refuse.
That's right.
First of all, is an ethnically insensitive comment by you. First of all, to an Italian American, and secondly,
I had no idea.
Secondly, sir,
American.
let me finish.
Now, the Democrats, of course, are making hay over Christie's performance, not so much over the Italian Godfather part of this, but Christie's overall performance there, which got very combative. And they posted this video, the Democratic National Committee has posted this video on the internet, basically saying it shows how Christie is too much of a hothead, basically, to be governor. Now, the DNC doesn't mention the Italian Godfather thing, but I found the whole thing fascinating. Frankly, I'm not Italian, and I didn't see what the whole big deal was. I had no idea Christie was Italian either until this, but I ran it by quite a few Italian people in the days since, and they all say the same thing. They all agree with Christie. One place I went was this cafe in Nutley, where more than 40% of the population is Italian.
That's right.
I played the video there over coffee to see what people thought of it.
First of all, to an Italian American, and second, I had no idea. Sir, let me finish. Mr. Christie,
You know that line?
Yeah, Godfather.
Do you think that's
A proper question to ask? No. If it was someone that knew me and asked me a question like that, I wouldn't think too much of it because he's probably, playing, gagging around with me. But with someone of that position asking that, I wouldn't ask that question.
Don't say that kind of thing to an Italian person. An Irish guy like me should not say that to an Italian.
No. Because it's automatically stereotyping. It's a stereotype.
Right.
Okay?
So if someone said that to you as an Italian person, you made them an offer you can't refuse. Did you hear what that guy said? Shut off the camera and I'll tell you. So he did give me a piece of his mind. I also got this response from Congressman Cohen, who said he really did have no idea when he said that to Christie, that Christie was Italian. This is the spokesman for Congressman Cohen, Steve Broderick, who says it was sort of a bizarre moment when it happened. The God's honest truth is the congressman had no idea Christie was an Italian American. The phrase, in the context in which it was used, was not meant in any way, shape, or form to be Godfather-esque. It was just, given the facts, the only statement you could come up with. That's literally the only way you could describe these deals. They could not refuse. Either way, lesson to be learned. If you're a congressman from Tennessee or an Irish newspaper reporter from New Jersey, lay off the Godfather comments in front of people who are or who might be Italian. Take it easy, Jersey.